Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards. Today is the day you've all been waiting for. It is double dorking with dice. We do not do double dorking very often on this channel, but we're doing it today, and it is going to be glorious, I'll tell you that. We've got some amazing vintage packs in our magic boxes today. That's right, double dorking means two boxes of vintage packs and two big pink D20s. We've got Mick Jagger here on this side of the boxes, and we found Baby Yoda Grogu here, which Rob's son Ryan at Buxton 6 made this for the channel a long time ago, and I didn't even know we still had this. One of my kids absconded with it, and it suddenly surfaced just in the last couple of days, and I thought, surely it was some sort of a sign. We had to get Baby Grogu back on here. So these two are guarding the boxes for us today, and I am pretty pumped about what we are going to get into. We roll the pink one for this box, the gray one for this box. As always, the 1, 10, and 20 spots in each box are especially good packs, but this is a mix of packs from the 80s and 90s, and we've got baseball, we've got hockey, we've got football, and we've got all kinds of other stuff as well. There's even a shot at me opening a basketball pack on this program today. I know, somebody better sit down. They're getting too excited thinking about that prospect. That could happen today. Who knows? Let's get to it. See what our first two packs are going to be here on Double Dorking with Dice. All right, we got pack 3 from this box and lucky 13 from that box. All right, 1, 2, 3, and this is an all wax box, as you may notice, and this is not any wax in this box, so I split them up to make sure we get some wax and some not. All right, our first pack out of that box is 1991 Topps Football. Pretty sweet to see that. And pack 13 out of this box, let me see if I can find, that's 10, 11, 12, and 13 is a basketball pack. Holy, I cannot believe it, man. That is nuts. I don't have many basketball packs to begin with, and so I didn't put too many in there, but here we go. That is crazy. That's a very, very rare episode on the Card Wolf Network, to be sure. We do not do basketball ever on this channel, but today you will get to see it. We start off, however, with this sweet 1991 football pack from Topps. 16 cards in here. We get a 1,000-yard club card out of here as well. That was an insert to these back then. You got one in every pack. So no gum in there, which is awesome. And let me flip these over and see if I can get this set up the right way. Nate Lewis starts things off in our pack of 1991 football. I always like these cards. I like the design of these a lot. I like the little, I don't know, there's a little hint of a football field down there by the team name. I mean, there's just a lot to like about these cards. I'll show you the backs too. It's back when we still had cardboard cards and not whatever it is they use today. Jason Starovsky, a kicker for the Patriots apparently. Russell Maryland there, who did not play for Baltimore. Despite his name, he played for the Cowboys, but there you have it. Hart Lee Dykes, a pretty good wide receiver. Also for the Patriots, forgot about that guy. Pat Swilling there, good linebacker for the Saints for many years. John Jackson. And bald Mark Murphy. Is he bald? I think he's bald. He didn't just dye his hair. I think Mark Murphy is bald. Why are these not going in focus? That's going to irritate me if that keeps up. Ed Reynolds. And we got Ricky Irvins there running for the Chiefs back when they wore those dark red uniforms. I don't do that anymore. What do we have here for our 1,000-yard card? It's Barry Word. 1,000-yard club rushing card, Barry Word for the Chiefs. Not really the stellar rusher that I had hoped we would get, but still not a bad guy. We got Boomer Esiason there, who has for many, many years been a color commentator for somebody's football broadcast. Is it Fox or CBS? I'm not sure. I know Mike Pryor there. Reuben Mays, good running back for the Saints. And Mel Gray, we get an All-Pro card there. Mel Gray, a long time kick returner for the Lions. I feel like he did that for the Lions for like 10 years. Sam Mills, good linebacker for the Saints. We finish off with James Lofton for the Bills. James Lofton was a really good wide receiver. He should be in the Hall of Fame if he's not. He was a fantastic wide receiver, but I always think of him as being a wide receiver for the Packers. That's where I feel like he plied his trade most of the time. But here he is with the Bills. I'm going to keep that one because I'm pretty sure I don't have it, and I do like James Lofton. We'll put these over by Mick Yager and get into this basketball pack. What a rare rip this is for us, and it's a good pack too. It is a hobby pack of Fleer 97-98. Looking for textured legend matte finish cards and a special print card in every pack. Hobby exclusive Tiffany collection and Crystal collection parallel cards. You get 10 cards in here, and of course there are a ton of other things going on in this pack. Lots and lots of inserts, for this was 97-98, so you had a lot of inserts. And of course we're looking for Michael Jordan cards. Man, a basketball pack on the Card Wolf Network. How do you even get into this thing? It's like all right, there we go. There we go. I've got this very carefully ripped here. See what we get out of this basketball pack. This is wild. I cannot remember the last time I've opened a pack of basketball cards. We start off with Dean Garrett from the Timberwolves. Shout out again to Rob and Ryan at Bucks in 6. They are Timberwolves fans, I believe. Rod Strickland and Ron Harper. We got Dikembe Mutombo, and this is a glossy card. These are matte finish cards, but this one is a glossy one. I believe that's because it is an all-star. Dikembe Mutombo, a great center. Sure, the back of these cards, I should have shown those earlier. They have different photos on the back than the front, which I heartily approve of, as you guys know if you watch the channel. Scottie Pippen, nice $1 Million Moments card there. That was a game card back when this thing came out, so that's a pretty good one, Scottie Pippen. And then we get Bo Outlaw. What is even happening here? Bo Outlaw from the Clippers. I do not remember this player, but you would think I would, given the name of this guy, Bo Outlaw. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of basketball, so this is a new one on me. Mario Ellie there, and Dan Merrill there. That's actually a pretty good card, Miami Heat card. That is he in the Hall of Fame? I think he is. I'm not sure. You guys will have to tell me. Othello Harrington and Grant Long, and we finish off with George McLeod. Or is it Marley? I think it's Marley. That tells you how little basketball that I watched back then, and I watch even less now. I never watch basketball now. I think it's Marley. I think it's Dan Marley. And I believe he is in the Hall of Fame there. He looks dazed on the back of this card, though. I got to show you that. I don't know, maybe he got struck in the head by the basketball. I'm not sure what has happened to Dan Marley there. Maybe he got tired of people mispronouncing his name, but he looks absolutely out of it there. I'm not sure what's going on. Not a bad pack. Pretty cool cards. Got pack remnants there. It was hard to open that pack for some reason. Scottie Pippen and Dikembe Mutombo, probably the highlights out of that pack. Pretty cool to see basketball open on the Card Wolf Network. And there's more basketball in these boxes, believe it or not. It is true. All right, so we opened 3 here, and we opened, I believe, 13 here. So we'll try to track that so we don't get repeats. All right, what do we have now? We got 15 over here and 14 here. Consecutive numbers again. We got 13. So here's 14 and 15 is football. We get 14 out of here. I'll start from 10, which is right there. 11, 12, 13, and 14 is hockey. So our first hockey pack of the day and our second football pack of the day. This won't be too hard to remember. We got 13, 14, 15, and 3 out of there. So we'll keep these off to the side. And we'll get into this hockey pack. It's 1990 Topps Hockey from the Wax Pack Magic Box. Pretty sweet to get this one. Get a scoring leaders glossy card out of here. 14 cards total out of this 1990 Wax Pack. And I'll show you the bubble gum. Oh, wow, that bubble gum did a very bad thing to the Ron Sutter card on the bottom of this. There's the gum, because I know you guys like to see that. I'll put that wrapper over there for now. And then the Ron Sutter card on the bottom has seen better days for sure. That card is not long for this world, I'm going to tell you right now. That one is not going to last very long. I just lost half the cards trying to dispose of that. Here's the front of the Ron Sutter card. Not looking good. We lost several cards. I'm going to have to pick those up off the floor over here. I'm so excited because we're doing double dorking. It's pretty wild in here. Cards flying all over the place. All right, let's see how we do out of this pack. I gathered them all up. Dave Andrechuk there from The Sabres, shout out to Bills Mafia Cards, who is not just a Bills fan, but a Sabres fan. There's the back of these. Cardboard cards, of course, out of wax packs. Love it. Dave Babich, really good defensive player there with the Whalers. Played for, I think, the Jets for a while. Yes, he did. Sean Chambers, another good defenseman there with the North Stars. That is our team scoring leaders card. That's the insert for this pack. It's Stefan Ricker. Petri Skirko from the Canucks. Joe Sakic, hey, that's a good card out of here. Very nice card. Joe Sakic, that is his second-year card. That's a sweet pull, actually. I'm going to put that over there in the Wolf layer. Got Gino Cavallini there, good player for the Blues. None of these guys are wearing helmets. I assume that's just because they're warming up on the ice, not because they're choosing to do that. Esa Takanen there for the Oilers, and Russ Courtnall, good player. Kelly Hurdy, goalie for the Kings. Brian Bellows, another good player there, one of the better players from the North Stars. Neat Blackhawks action card there. You see him skating down the ice. Very nice. Derek King, and we finish off with Mike Lalore, defenseman for the Blues, hanging by the goal back there. But that, where am I going to put these? I'll put this one over here by Yoda. Why not? And then we get to our this is our second football pack. It's another 1990 pack, but this is 1990 score football, and we could win a trip to Super Bowl 25 with Franco Harris. We get in our score time machine and have a very awkward time trying to make small talk with Franco Harris while we watch the Super Bowl, which I'm pretty sure the Steelers were not in, so I'm not quite sure how that would have gone for the winner of this particular contest back in 1990. All right, here we go. 1990 score looks very much like most scorecards from that era. Dermotty Dawson, good player for the Steelers for years. I'll show you the back. There you go. Dermotty Dawson, very good center for them. They had good centers for a long time. They had Mike Webster, and then they had Dawson, and I can't remember who came after Dermotty Dawson, but they had good centers for quite a while there. Herschel Walker there with the Vikings, and Leslie O'Neill. We got Jeff Donaldson and 3D Super Bowl trivia card. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Gary Clark there, not the guitarist, but the Redskins player, Mark Bavaro. Really good player there. I remember him with, I believe he played with the Chiefs for a while, and then he played with the Giants. Myron Guyton and Charles Haley. Charles Haley, that's a really good card of that player. He is a Hall of Famer, I'm almost certain. Scott Case and Steve Atwater. Steve Atwater may be in the Hall of Fame too, actually. I believe Atwater was in there. Al Naga and James Hasty, which I always thought was a good last name for a football player. Jeff Alm, that is a rookie card of that player. Lonzel Hill and Tom Rathman. And we finish off with Greg Montgomery with the high kick, trying out for the Rockettes there, playing with the Oilers. Our Super Bowl trivia. 3 teams played only once in the Super Bowl and lost their games. Name 2 of them. Now this would have been all the way up to 1990, so we'd have to name 3 teams who only played once in the Super Bowl and lost. What teams would those be? I'm not sure I know. I'm going to guess maybe... Yeah, I have no idea, actually. I'm kind of stumped by this. The Rams lost to the Steelers in 1980. The Eagles were beaten by the Raiders. Oh, yeah, I should have thought of that one. And the Patriots lost to the Bears. Well, the Patriots sure made up for that. That streak did not last very long for them. No question about that. All right, we'll put that over there. Go to our next packs now. I believe we rolled 13, 14, 15, and 3 is I think how this went, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, and maybe I am mistaken. It looks like we got 14 out of here. So we got 13 and 15 and 3 and 14 out of there. Let's go to our next packs, see what we have here. We did get pack 17 out of here, so that's pretty sweet. We got a big jumbo pack in 17. We got 16 out of here. We'll count backwards for that. Again, we keep getting these numbers in order. What is with that? I don't remember that happening so much in the past. We got 20, 19, 18, 17, and 16 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There we go. Going way back for that one. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I told you these boxes are a little unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get out of here when we do double dorking. We got a jumbo pack out of this one of Score Hockey from 93. So that's pretty sweet. But we're going to start off with Who Framed Roger Rabbit cards from Topps. And this is a wax pack. So in the wax pack box, we're going to need a special sticker inside. I don't know about that. 9 cards, 1 stick of gum, and 1 sticker in here. That is pretty darn awesome. These came out in 1987. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? A pack I have never opened on the channel before. I'm quite sure of that. Check out this gum. It's in great shape, actually. Wow. Put that over there. This gum is in remarkable shape. Like, I'm not going to eat this or anything, but I don't think that it would actually kill me if I accidentally ended up like dropping this in my mouth or something. It actually is in remarkably good shape. It's going to go in the circular file regardless because I do not eat gum on this channel. Now let's see what we got here. Some sideways cards. I don't know. I Shan't Believe It. I don't remember this movie that well. I saw it when it came out, but it's probably been since 1987 that I remember this movie. Baby Herman is Loose. I remember Baby Herman was kind of the villain in the movie. Baby on the Burners and Just Hanging Around. Yeah, I'm Not That Kind of Tune. Okay. I do remember I was a little racy with Jessica Rabbit there. This is our, I assume this is our sticker, and it is very disturbing. Very, very disturbing sticker. I'm telling you, you don't want to watch this too closely. If you have small children, you're going to want to put them away at this point. And there it is again, Crack of Doom. Man, there's some weird and wild stuff. We're in this together. Eddie, A Valiant Effort. Bob Hoskins, of course, played Eddie, and one heck of a place to visit. So there you go. That was your look at Roger Rabbit cards, and probably the last time you'll ever see those opened on this channel. And now we get to a pretty sweet pack. This is a super pack of Score 1993-1994 hockey cards. We get a whopping 33 cards in this pack, and there is a Daigle card. He was the big rookie at that time, and they did a subset of Alexander Daigle, and his cards are worth nothing at this point, so not too excited if we pull one of those, but there's a lot of Hall of Famers that we can pull out of here, so we'll be looking for that. There's Dave Taylor starting things right off there. Good player. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he certainly was a good player back then with the Kings. And John Blue, not playing for the Blues, but the Bruins. Craig Hawgood and Mike Huff, related to Charlie Huff, I wonder. Makes me question things there. Stéphane Matteau and Bill Guerin. We got Tony Twist, who I had kind of forgotten existed. Tony Twist, man, that has taken me back there thinking about that. Dominic Hasek, that's a good one there. Nothing wrong with that. Put that in the Wolf Lair. J.J. Dagenau and Keith Acton, longtime player there with the Flyers. We got Randy McKay and Paul Stanton. Vyacheslav Fetisov there for the Devils. Peter Nedved, good player there for the Canucks. He looks mad, though. Peter Nedved is clearly shouting at someone, and this guy is laughing maniacally behind him. I wonder if he threw something at Peter Nedved. I don't know. There's some drama going on that card. I can't quite figure out what it is, but some stuff going on there. We get an International Stars scorecard and Sergei Nemichov, and that is a pretty good card, actually. He had a career in the NHL, and these cards are a little different. These are a little bit glossy, and there was a little bit of stickiness on the next card, which is also an insert, and it's a good one. It's our second Joe Sakic card of the day. That was a nice all-star card of that Hall of Famer. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good one for the Wolf Lair as well. We got Brian Smolinski for the Bruins. And Mark Reshy, that's pretty good. Little Big Men. I don't think that was an insert. I think that was just a subset within the regular base set of these cards. Mark Reshy, a Little Big Man, apparently. Jesse Belanger, top 10 rookie from that year. Todd Elick, good player there. Mark Messier, speaking of good players, he is also shouting at someone across the ice. Put that in the Wolf Lair. David Shaw. Patrick Flatley, Lord of the Dance, and Kevin Lowe. Eric Desjardins and Teppo Numenin. We got Rob Pearson and Zarli Zalapski, who was quite the enforcer back in those days, would slam guys up against the boards like there was no problem. That's a penalty? No. Oh, Lindros. There we go. Very nice. Eric Lindros card there. It's a nice in-action shot of him, too, actually. I like that card a lot. I'm not sure I remember seeing that. Bernie Nichols, longtime NHLer, and Doug Bodger. We got Ron Sutter there, our second Sutter card of the day. This one is not destroyed. The first one was. And we finish off with Nikolai Borchevsky from the Leafs. Pretty nice pack. We got some nice cards out of there. Some cards I did not set aside for myself, but may come back and pull out of here just the same. A lot of good cards out of there. Like that pack a lot. I'll put that over here by by Mick Yager for us. Do we dare do more packs? I don't know. Maybe we'll do 2 more. See how we do with those. If I can remember which packs we've already opened. Pack 9, I know we have not opened that. That will be easy to find. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Oh man, I don't know. I put some wild stuff in here today, and you can see how that's working out for us. All right, we opened pack 17, and this is asking for 16, so that's pretty easy. It's right here, and it is more hockey. All right. Well, this is the first week we've had hockey in the box for a long time, so I am all for it. Pulling 3 hockey packs today. Let's dispense with this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 pack that we get here. It is the sequel, The Secret of the Ooze. We get 8 cards and 1 sticker. These came out, for those of you marking your scorecards at home, these came out in 1991. Put that over there. All right, here we go, and get through this one pretty fast. It is a startling discovery. I'll show you the backs of these. They are green, which is shocking. Leo there, and we got Crashing the Party. That was probably a rave that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles went to, an underground rave. There we got, I guess that's the set card. That's maybe the card number 1 or something. I don't know what's going on with that. Turtles on the Edge, and let's improvise and seek your answers. He was their mentor, this guy. Splinter was their mentor. He's there and there. I don't know who would choose a rat as their mentor, but I didn't write this stuff. We got, there's the sticker card of Michelangelo, and I don't know. I don't know. You only see these kinds of packs when it is double dorking, just like you only see basketball packs. If we had gotten really lucky, we would have hit a non-sport pack for golf, but we didn't get one of those. That's a little special tip of the cap to Rob at Bucks and Six, who is an avid golf fan, which I do not understand. Oh, this bag is one we've opened many times on the channel, and I'm always seeking the hologram card out of here. The hologram Stanley Cup card is a very, very rare and tough card to pull out of here. 1990 Pro set. Probably one of the most overprinted sets in existence, but still a whole lot of fun to open. And there we go. Pat LaFontaine All-Star card right on the top. Very fun to open these. Dale Hunter there. Troy Murray. I'll show you the backs of these 2 different photos on the backs. Brad Shaw. Dave McLean. And David Volek. We got Vincent D'Onofrio. That's a pretty good card there. Not too bad for the Leafs. Paul McLean with his gigantic mustache. Unfortunately, you can't really see it very well there, but he has the stash for the ages. Scott Mellenby, good player for the Flyers there. Trevor Linden, there you go. Rob, that'll make up for my golf comment because there's a Trevor Linden card for you. Charlie Huddy and Sergei Makarov. That's a pretty good one. Makarov, rather. That's a pretty good one, too. Lee Norwood also shouting. And another All-Star card, Darren Pupa, with a terrible haircut. Holy cow. That is, I mean, Darren's not an attractive guy to begin with, but that haircut is not doing him any favors. Alexander McGillney, well, that's a nice card, too. Wow, getting some good stuff. And there is 10 cents off your next Pro Set purchase. Well, there you go. That was the beauty and the majesty of Double Dorking for us, replete with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Roger Rabbit cards and a basketball pack. I'm so psyched that we got to pull a basketball pack. We did not pull a single baseball pack. I think we got everything else. We got non-sport basketball, hockey, and football, but no baseball packs. How uncharacteristic for dorking with dice. But there you have it, guys. We'll be back with regular dorking next Friday. And, of course, on Monday, we'll have a mail day. We got a nice box sitting here from one of you awesome people. Cannot wait to get into that on Monday. Thank you so much for showing up today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I could just sit here and roll these like 5 more times and have a great time. I will see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend, and as always, happy collecting.